Grüß euch, Servus miteinander. Hi everybody. My name is Dieter Vanschura and I'm the owner and manager of the Artelino company. The Artelino company sells Japanese art prints in weekly online auctions. Our videos are usually about one of these artists of Japanese woodblock prints, one of these ukiyo-e masters. Today's video is a bit different. I want to tell you the story about the story that's behind one of these prints, and it's this one. Because these stories are often fascinating. They are from Japan's history, legends, or from all aspects of life. And this is what makes collecting Japanese prints quite interesting, apart from the artistic value. A few words about the artist. His name is Yoshitora Utagawa. We do not know when he was born and when he died, but we know when he was active. And he was active from 1836 until 1880. So he was on the transition from the Edo period to the Meiji period. And Utagawa Yoshitora was a student, a pupil of the famous Kuniyoshi Oda. Kuniyoshi Oda had specialized on musha-e. What are musha-e? Musha is the Japanese word for warrior, and e is the Japanese word for picture or image, a or e in English. And Kuniyoshi had a very specific way of drawing these warriors, especially the faces. When you're a little bit experienced with Japanese prints, you recognize that immediately. And now look at that print. Look at the guy's face. It's like Kuniyoshi. So you cannot say that he hadn't learned anything from his master. On the contrary. By the way, there are sources who say that Yoshitora Utagawa was kicked out from the school by Kuniyoshi, but I don't know, and I don't know why. But, okay, let's now talk a little bit about this print. It shows a famous general, a Japanese general with the name of Kumagai Naotsane, or usually just called Kumagai. And this print is from a series of 6 prints. The name of the series in Japanese is Musha-rokazen, or in English, 6 selected warrior poets. Kumagai was a famous general of the Minamoto clan, and he ended as a monk, and I'm now going to tell you why. This is an episode from the Genpei Wars. The Genpei Wars, that was a fight between 2 powerful Japanese clans, the Minamoto, or also called Genji, against the Taira, or also called Heike. The Genpei Wars, they took place from 1180 until 1185, and the Minamoto kept the upper hand. It was about the supremacy in Japan. It was not about good against bad. Okay, Minamoto finally, under the leadership of their smart, superb General Yoshitsune, still revered today in Japan, they kept the upper hand and crushed the Heike Taira completely. We know all that because the story was written down in an epic, in a kind of a novel with the name of Heike Monogatari. And later it was transformed into a kabuki play, Ichi-no-tani Futaba Gunki, or the Chronicle of the Battle of Ichi-no-tani. What was the Battle of Ichi-no-tani, which actually took place in 1184? The Minamoto were driven out of Kyoto, and they retreated to the north to a fortress with the name of Ichi-no-tani. And well, this fortress was lying at the sea, on a small coastal strip, with the sea on one side and steep cliffs to the other side. So the Heike regarded that as rather safe. It was very difficult to attack, easy to defend, because the only access was through a small coastal strip. Yoshitsune had followed the Taira, and he had divided his troops into 3 units, small units. One was supposed to attack from this small sea strip, and the other 150 selected men, they were supposed to attack from the mountains, from these steep cliffs. And in order not to be detected, they started the attack at nighttime at the same time at a signal. Well, the Heike were completely taken by surprise. Their fleet was anchoring off the sea, and the Heike tried to reach their boats. They fled through the water into the sea on their boats, on the fleet. And there's now one event between the General Kumagai and a young warrior boy with the name Otsumori. Otsumori was from the Heike and one of the noble men, but he was a young boy, maybe 16 years old or something like that. And Kumagai and Otsumori, they fought on horse along the beach. Otsumori tried in the shallow waters to flee to their boats, but Kumagai took him by his honor and said, hey, come on, let's fight. And they fought, and that boy warrior had no chance. At the end, Kumagai kept the upper hand, and Otsumori took his helmet off, and then Kumagai recognized that, that was a young boy, and he wanted to spare his life. But then his comrades came and said, only a traitor doesn't kill a Heike. And he finally blew the head of Otsumori off with one blow of his sword. And then something terrible happened. Kumagai recognized that this was not Otsumori, but his own son. His own son had taken the armor of Otsumori and disguised. Well, that's an extra plot. Let's not go into detail. Japanese kabuki plots are terribly complicated with a bunch of sidelines. Anyway, this is regarded as the great tragedy and was transformed first to a bunraku play and then into this kabuki play. Kumagai quit the service and shaved his head and became a monk. This kabuki play is still played today. Originally had 5 acts, but now only 2 are played. For Westerners, it's rather confusing. Nearly all kabuki plays are rather confusing for Westerners. It has a bunch of side plays, and even if you master the language, it's difficult to follow. But the red line in these legends and kabuki plays is always the same. It's about honor, it's about loyalty, complete loyalty towards the Lord, loyalty until the death is something that we Westerners don't understand. And well, for me, it's okay. I cannot understand that. And it's about revenge very often, like in the story of the Soga brothers. And the end of these stories and kabuki plays are usually the same. It's the same like in an Italian opera. At the end, they are all dead and tragedy lies in the air. Well, you like it or you don't. But these plot patterns are fantastic patterns for great woodblock prints. And you can see this scene with the fight of Kumagai against Otsumori and the final death in many, many Japanese woodblock prints. And these woodblock prints are not only unique in their technical brilliance, but also in their artistic design and impression. And this is one of them. Well, enough for today. I wanted to get a little bit closer. A story behind one of these woodblock prints. For me, the prints are fascinating. The stories behind them, when it's about legends and honor and a little bit strange, but you like it or you don't. But you must consider these woodblock prints are fascinating. Well, thanks for watching today, and until our next video, goodbye.